Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 2 of the first video in the series of finding your dream home in Barbados.
It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2 half-bath house.
In this part of the video, I will be asking Judy 4 important questions about buying property in Barbados and specifically about this house. Please note our disclaimers in the description to this video and specifically that of Judy's. She is not a financial advisor. Information is for general or informational purposes only. It is not for financial investment, tax or legal advice, and you should consult with a qualified financial professional. And please remember guys, I am not a real estate agent either. Information I am sharing is based on my experience of buying property in 2024 in Barbados and viewing properties in Barbados since 2018. Thank you. Thanks so much to you. You're welcome. This tour. So thank you so much to the owners for giving permission to share this information with our subscribers and viewers and so on. So I have a few questions which some of you have been asking me to ask. And the first question is it easy to get a mortgage over here in Barbados? Do you have to be of Asian descent? Do you have to have a bank account? How does that work?
You don't need any of those things that you said. You can get a mortgage, but I mean there are several different types of banks in Barbados.
Yes.
And each of them have their own requirements. So what I would suggest if you are looking to get a mortgage is to contact each one, find out what their requirements are,
Yes.
and find out what their rates are, and then choose one accordingly.
What I notice is that it takes time. So it's not something that you leave to the last minute.
No, you shouldn't leave it to the last minute, because what you will find, say if you're looking for a house and you wanted a mortgage, it's best that you find out how much you can be pre-approved for. And that's what they do. They give you a pre-approval certificate. And then that certificate tells you, okay, I'm going to look for a house in this price range.
Yes, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's really important.
That is
I remember
important.
you saying that to me before.
Correct.
So this is the reason why, guys, you need to get everything in place almost before you start looking.
Correct.
Because what I find is that sometimes you find something really quickly and then you have to move quickly. And then if you haven't got everything in place, then you're not able.
And if you've got that
move forward.
If you've got that pre-approval certificate, at least you know what you can afford to look at and what price range you should be looking at, rather than looking at something really above your budget.
Yes.
And then also, although you do have the certificate, when you go to the bank, you also need to go through the procedures. I wouldn't say again, but you have to present the house that you're interested in, and then they will take it forward.
Yeah, okay. So how long would you say then, once you have the mortgage, does it take people generally to, okay, they might find a house pretty quickly, but the issue some people talk to me about is the actual process. Once they actually decided and the vendors have said, yes, we're selling to you, that next step can take, it ranges from a few months to could be up to a year.
Correct. That is correct. That is, I cannot deny that is correct. And all I can say to one of your viewers is that no two house sales are the same.
Yes.
Different issues will come up at different times. Different banks have different procedures, etc., etc. So what you be prepared that it could be within 3 months.
Yes.
It could be within 9 months. You just got to be prepared. Once you're aware, then you know what you're looking for, what you're working with.
Yeah.
Keep in contact with or keep dialogue with your attorneys and with your real estate agent, and keep that dialogue open. And then you will have a bit more understanding of where you're at different stages.
Yeah. I think the key that you said there is to make sure that you have got the right real estate agent.
Correct.
This is really important, and I learned that as well. It's important to have a good real estate agent and also a good attorney or lawyer. Those are the things that I would say are probably the most important things, because they're acting on your behalf. And they have got to have the knowledge to be able to manoeuvre whatever might come up.
Yeah, whatever
is unexpected.
Unexpected might come up. And no two sales are the same. I cannot say this is how it's going to be, because it never is.
Yeah.
There's always something might be thrown up.
Yes.
But you need to have somebody you can talk to and talk you through the process and guide you through the process.
Yes.
So a good attorney and a good real estate agent.
Yeah, definitely. If let's say the person's living in the UK, US and so on, is it better for them to get the mortgage there or here?
It depends on their circumstances. It depends on the individual circumstances.
Yes.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's best for you to get a mortgage in the UK or it's best to get one in Barbados. It depends on their personal circumstances. And I can't be general.
Yes.
I can't tell somebody go and get, I don't know your personal, I don't know your financial situation. So,
but maybe, because in my head I was initially thinking, get a mortgage from Barbados. But it could be that if you're a younger person, you might actually find it easier to get a mortgage where you're known. If you're coming here and nobody knows you, would you get a mortgage that easily?
If you're a younger person, it shouldn't be a problem, because you will have the documentation or you would, obviously the banks here will have a criteria that you have to fulfill before they lend you the money. So, and if you're working abroad, that should not be a problem, because they will do their checks. The banks will do their checks, so you provide the information that they need, and that shouldn't be a problem.
So actually you've got two options.
So you have two options.
Look at both and see it.
Look at both. Look at both, because it all depends on your personal financial situation. If you find it might be easier for you to get a mortgage or get the money from the UK, do that. And if you think, okay, no, I will get the money from Barbados.
And I think that's the important reason why you need to have a real estate agent, because this is the kind of thing that you need to really talk to them about, so that realistically they can guide you. You can guide them.
And to let them know what the possibilities are. Because you don't know. You think, you could get the mortgage from the UK. Or you could get the mortgage from.
So guys, once you have got a good real estate agent, you need to be open with them, because they can guide you, because there could be opportunities that you never even thought of. So don't go in there thinking, it's all got to be cash, because that's just the way people have done it. Ask the question. Always ask the question, because you never know.
Say if you had a property in the UK and you had a lot of equity in that property, you could take out the equity out of that property in the UK and buy cash in Barbados. That's one way of doing it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know your personal circumstances, but I can give you, if you tell me what is happening and what you're doing, and I can give you some idea of what can be done.
How best. So make your money work for you.
Correct. Because if you've got the equity in a property in the UK, you take out that equity. And you can fund that loan in the UK easily and buy something in Barbados.
And could you just tell us about the positives, or why you would say this area would be a good area to consider buying a property from? If someone was thinking, well, I really like this house, but I don't know what it's like on the outside in terms of the area, the location. We've seen there's a road zone, we've seen there's a bus zone. I can tell that it's not going to be too far to walk to the bus stop, which is probably why people, the owners, chose this, because they wanted accessibility. So could you tell us a little bit about the area and what to see out?
St. Philip in Barbados, on a whole, is classed as the country countryside.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
beautiful.
classed as a countryside. It is fastly becoming really populated. It is now. This area is a residential area.
Yeah.
It's not too far away with some area that we call 6 roads, which is where the restaurants, the supermarkets, the banks, and the petrol stations are.
Yeah.
And that's where the main shopping area is.
Yeah.
But it's fast becoming a development area. And I don't know if you're familiar with Barbados at all. There's a place called Warren's.
Yes.
Right, and that is what is suddenly becoming 6 Roads is turning into.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is great.
Yeah,
Which is
a
great.
massive
So,
there. You got all the
yeah.
kind of businesses up there.
Correct. So what I'm trying to say is that St. Philip, although it's an area where it's more countryside and prices are lower than St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
Start to increase
Yes.
slowly because a lot of businesses are coming into St. Philip area.
Yeah. Yeah, so the shops, banks, everything. Shops,
Supermarkets,
restaurants, all within this area.
Correct.
Yeah. And within walking distance to get to the bus.
It's walking distance to get to the bus.
In this video description, you will find all the information on the amenities close to this beautiful house in terms of the transport links, local amenities, schooling, the international airport and general amenities. Hey guys, just a reminder to check out my video, How to Find the Best Real Estate Attorneys in Barbados. I did that last year, so make sure you take the time to listen and watch that video because it will be very helpful.
Thank you, Gail. You're amazing. Really appreciate it.
And congratulations!
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's it. Got it.
Wow. What a beautiful place. Wow. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Absolutely stunning. I can't wait to see